Employees and protesters cheered three officials quitting the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Thursday. The emotional clap-out was a show of defiance towards Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his unscientific claims about vaccines. It came a day after the CDC's director was fired by Kennedy and several senior officials resigned. Dan Jernigan was one of them, the now former director of the National Center for Emerging and Zoonotic Infectious Diseases.
And what makes us great at CDC is following the science. And so let's get the politics out of public health. Let's get back to the objectivity and let the science lead us, because that's how we get to the best decisions for public health. So thank you all very much. This is an incredible showing. I really appreciate you, and we will be having your back from now on.
Yes. The other thing, though, was...
In an interview on Thursday, the officials told Reuters they were leaving the agency over changes to its vaccine advisory board and other vaccine policies. Kennedy fired all members of its vaccine advisory panel in June and replaced them with hand-picked advisors, including several like-minded anti-vaccine activists. The Department of Health and Human Services did not respond to a request for comment on the officials' accounts of changes inside the CDC. Kennedy maintains his policies aim to improve Americans' health and remove undue industry influences. On Thursday, he declined to comment on specifics about the departures.
There's a lot of trouble at CDC, and it's going to require getting rid of some people over the long term in order for us to change the institutional culture and bring back pride and self-esteem and make that agency the stellar agency that it's always been.
The officials leaving followed the firing of CDC Director Susan Menares. A close associate told Reuters her termination came after she, too, had resisted changes to vaccine policy advanced by Kennedy that she believed contradicted scientific evidence. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt commented on Menares' firing earlier on Thursday.
She was not aligned with the president's mission to make America healthy again. And the secretary asked her to resign. She said she would, and then she said she wouldn't, so the president fired her.
A Trump administration official said the White House had named Jim O'Neill, current Deputy Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, as interim leader of the CDC. Since Trump took office, he's moved to control U.S. agencies long seen as independent from the politics of presidential administrations. Menares is one of at least 3 Senate-approved regulatory officials Trump has opted to fire in recent days, including Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook and Surface Transportation Board member Robert Primus.